Children are known for asking so many questions that parents, uncles, and grandparents often turn to Google to find answers. But what if I told you that adults are even more curious? We thought of some intriguing questions that arouse the curiosity of many. Take a look and see if you've ever wondered about them. Why do we get a headache when consuming cold food and drinks? You've probably already experienced this when eating ice cream or feeling the cold morning breeze. Suddenly, that unbearable headache appears. But why does this happen? This pain, known as brain freeze or ice cream headache, is related to the rapid contraction or expansion of blood vessels in the palate, the upper region of the mouth. When something cold comes into contact with the palate, the blood vessels constrict quickly. To compensate for this sudden contraction, the vessels soon expand, causing a rapid change in blood flow. This sudden change sends pain signals to the brain through the trigeminal nerve, which is also responsible for transmitting sensory information from the face. The brain, mistaking the origin of the pain, perceives it as if it were coming from the forehead, resulting in the sensation of a headache. So the next time you feel that throbbing pain from eating ice cream, you'll know it's just your body reacting to rapid changes in temperature. Why don't eyes freeze in the cold? Our eyes do not have receptors sensitive to temperature changes. Additionally, most of the eye is protected inside the skull and receives a constant flow of blood that helps maintain heat. The eyes are constantly lubricated by tears, which contain salt and proteins that help prevent frostbite. Additionally, the eyelids blink frequently, helping to distribute heat and moisture evenly. The blood flow around the eyes also contributes to maintaining a stable temperature, ensuring that they do not freeze, even in extremely cold conditions. Why do we close our eyes when we eat lemon? This reflex is probably an inheritance from our ancestors, a kind of protective mechanism for the eyes. When we eat something acidic like lemon, our eyes automatically close to prevent the drops of juice, which can cause irritation, from coming into contact with them. Additionally, the intense acidity of lemon causes a facial reaction that includes closing the eyes, as part of a reflexive response to the strong, unexpected flavor. Why don't city doves stay in trees? Urban doves generally prefer to stay in houses or on top of buildings when they are not on the ground looking for food. Although they have paws that allow them to balance on branches, they do not have the instinct to use trees as resting places. Doves have adapted to the urban environment, where artificial structures offer safe, elevated locations that resemble the natural cliffs and cliffs that are their original habitats. Therefore, they tend to choose these artificial surfaces instead of trees, unlike other birds that have the practice of perching on branches as part of their natural behavior. Why does powder on a white background appear black and on a black background appear white? In reality, the powder is usually gray. However, due to the small size of the particles, we cannot see their exact color. Instead, we perceive the contrast between the dust and the background where it is deposited. When the powder is on a white background, it appears darker, almost black, due to the contrast with the light background. Likewise, on a black background, the powder appears lighter, almost white, because it stands out against the dark background. This effect is a result of the way our eyes and brain perceive the contrast and the difference in luminosity between the dust and the background. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any new content. Your support is very important to us. Leave your like and share with friends. And if you can, please consider contributing financially to help us continue bringing you amazing videos. But let's keep going. Have you ever noticed that many birds fly in AV formation? But why do they do this? Firstly, this formation helps birds save energy. When a bird flies in front, it creates a vacuum in the air that reduces resistance for birds following behind, allowing them to fly with less effort and maintain a more efficient pace over long distances. Furthermore, flying in V also helps with group organization, as all birds can see the leader of the formation and follow his direction, ensuring that everyone remains aligned and on the same path. This flight pattern is also a communication and coordination strategy. The bird in front acts as a leader, and the rest of the group follows its route. When the leader becomes tired, he can switch positions with one of the birds behind, allowing the group to maintain formation and efficiency throughout the flight. Additionally, the V-shape helps distribute the workload among group members, preventing a single bird from becoming overworked. Another interesting point is that the V formation is an evolutionary adaptation that allows birds to fly long distances without exhausting their energy reserves. It is estimated that this strategy can reduce energy expenditure by up to 10% during long flights. Thus, V-flight is an incredible example of how nature has developed ingenious solutions to complex challenges. So the next time you see a flock of birds flying in a V, remember that this formation is not only a pretty sight, but also an effective technique for cooperation and survival. Why do we get sick when traveling? Have you ever felt sick while traveling? This discomfort, known as motion sickness, occurs because of a conflict between the signals that our sensory organs send to the brain. Let's understand better how this works. When we are in a vehicle, such as a car, boat, or plane, our senses capture different and sometimes contradictory information. For example, if you are on a boat, your inner ear feels the rolling of the waves and notices movement, but your eyes may not see anything if you are focused on a book or just looking inside the boat. This mismatch between what you feel and what you see confuses the brain, which has difficulty processing this conflicting information. The brain tries to organize all these signals, but when it can't harmonize them, you can start to feel nauseous. This nausea can manifest itself in several ways, such as a feeling of nausea, cold sweat, and even vomiting in more severe cases. Furthermore, the brain's lack of adaptation to repetitive movement can intensify motion sickness. When we are in a constantly moving environment, like a car on a winding road or a boat rocking on the waves, the brain continues to receive signals that we are moving, even if vision does not confirm this. To help reduce motion sickness, you can try a few strategies. Standing in a location where you can see the horizon can help synchronize visual cues with the movement felt by your body. Keeping your head still and focusing on a fixed point can also help reduce the feeling of nausea. Additionally, avoiding reading or using electronic devices while moving can be beneficial. So the next time you feel that discomfort while traveling, remember that it's your brain trying to deal with confusing information about movement and find a way to help your senses fall into line. Have you ever wondered why your skin gets goosebumps in certain situations? This phenomenon is a legacy of an ancient defense mechanism from our animal predecessors and occurs for several reasons. The goosebump sensation occurs due to a process called piloerection, in which the tiny muscles around the hair follicles contract, lifting the hairs and creating small lumps on the surface of the skin. This reaction is caused by the secretion of adrenaline, a hormone that the body releases in response to stimuli such as cold or intense emotions. In animals, this phenomenon has well-defined practical functions. When an animal feels cold, the elevation of the hair creates an insulating layer of air, helping to retain body heat and maintain internal temperature. In threatening situations, such as when a cat encounters a predator, the shiver increases the volume of the fur, making the animal appear larger and more threatening to the opponent. This defensive reaction is an effective way to intimidate the predator and improve the chances of survival. In humans, goosebumps may serve similar functions, although they are not as evident as in animals. When we feel cold, the elevation of our hair helps create an insulating layer of air, helping to warm the body. Furthermore, in moments of intense emotions, such as fear or excitement, adrenaline secretion can also cause this effect. Adrenaline activates the sympathetic nervous system, which contracts the muscles in the hair follicles and causes the chills we feel. Goosebumps can also be an emotional response to profound experiences. Sometimes a moving scene in a movie or an emotional song can trigger this physical reaction, manifesting our inner emotions in ways that are often beyond our conscious control. In addition to the cold and emotions, goosebumps can be caused by other situations, such as intense fear or even excitement. The expression goose skin is used to describe this phenomenon, as erect skin resembles the skin of a goose when the hairs are standing on end. So the next time you feel your skin crawl, remember that it is a physical reaction of an ancient defense mechanism activated by both the cold and strong emotions, and a reflection of the complex relationship between our emotions and the nervous system. So, what did you think of today's video? Now you know why your skin gets goosebumps and how this phenomenon is an inheritance from our animal ancestors. If you enjoyed exploring these mysteries with us, don't forget to like and share with friends who also love curiosities. And, of course, if you haven't signed up yet, take the opportunity to subscribe to Curious Things and activate the bell to receive all the news. If you want to support the channel and help us continue to bring more amazing content, consider making a financial contribution. Every help makes a big difference. Tell us what was the most interesting part of the video in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video, where we'll explore even more curiosities and secrets from the world around us. Bye-bye.